Welcome. I've been asked by the church council to do a little instructional video on welcoming newbies. First of all, you may want to ask, how do you recognize a newbie? Well, that's actually pretty easy. They look terribly lost, or they're sitting in the wrong seat. Now, I'm here in front of Daniel in the lion's den to remind you that when someone visits for the first time, it's a little frightening. Now, if you notice somebody looking terribly lost, or a little afraid, or sitting in the wrong place, that's a newbie. Now, if you see him sitting in the front pew, that's a newbie, because nobody sits up front. If you see them sitting in the back and you don't recognize them, that's a newbie, because those seats are all taken. So it's best to say, follow me, and put them somewhere in the middle. That way they don't stick out so much. Now, what's really important here is that we must remember to take them to the coffee and donut place. You know, the table with the coffee and the donuts. Now, as they're getting their coffee and donuts, make some small talk with them. But make sure you're standing by the offering plate at the end. And if they don't put something in, just go, So practice that with me, would you? Very good. Just a sort of a gentle reminder to put a few dollars in the plate for the coffee and the donuts. Now, the Bible fell on the floor. Oh, that's all right. We don't use it anyway. We have a newbie pack. And in the newbie pack, we have a copy of the Constitution, because all good Lutherans like a copy of the Constitution. And we have a pictorial directory, so they can look us up and call us by the right name. Oh, Edna, glad to see ya. Then, make sure you give them a bulletin. Now, they won't be able to follow along because the bulletin's pretty complex, but that's okay. We don't really care. Now, and this is very important, you have to remind them that in this place, there's no raising your hands, there's no jumping, and there's no saying amen, except at the end of our sweet Lord's Prayer. And even then, tell them to say it softly, because you don't want to wake anybody up. Besides that, this isn't really a place where you ought to be having any fun anyway. Lastly, make sure you invite them to the lutefisk dinner and find out if maybe they could make some lefse. Because, you know, Edna, who makes all of our lefse, she's a little under the weather. And we may, lost my little thing here. We may not have enough lefse. I hope you found this to be helpful as you serve as greeters for all the newbies who might be stumbling into our little fellowship. Just remember, when in doubt, just go,